guys, Matt Eden, host of Park Bench Madison. I'm joined by my close friend Sabrina Miller with Velourette. Sabrina, for the viewers, could you talk a little bit about what Velourette is?
Yeah, so Velourette is a concierge program that specializes in social events, bachelor and bachelorette parties. Obviously, here in Nashville, we are the bachelor, bachelorette capital of the world. So we do have a lot of those, but then we also, where the concierge program comes in, is a lot of Nashville weekends, whether that be corporate groups looking for a company dinner,
Right.
whether that's just a group of couples looking to spend the weekend in Nashville. We have lots of birthday parties, different showers, range of different parties that we plan, and we will plan as much or as little as they want. So that might be their entire itinerary that we put together for them from start to finish, where they're staying. Even we have someone that picks up their bags from the airport, or we'll drop it off for them. We'll do, again, every detail that they're needing, or just like a couple dinners, but we'll go from start to finish with them and kind of step by step plan their entire weekend.
That's really cool. So how did you first become involved with Velourette?
Honestly, I had experience in the events industry, and when I was looking for a bit of a change, I walked through those doors over there looking for a job. I had done my research. I knew the companies that I was interested in, the companies that I wanted to work for, and after that, I walked in, and they coincidentally had this position open, and it worked out great because this is exactly where I would want to be. Our parent company does corporate and weddings. We also own this event space, but I do love the social aspect. I love that we get a little bit of everything with Velourette. We do, I mean, whether it be like the age demographic is different, the goal for their weekend is different, whether it's just like an isolated party, I get a little bit of everything. So I got lucky with finding this.
That's really awesome. So you've kind of touched on it a little bit. What is it that interests you most about event planning? Is it really that social aspect of it, or is there something more?
It is. I feel a lot of fulfillment in the execution process. There will be days where, I mean, just like any job, it's stressful and I might be frustrated, but by the end of that event, when it's executed and they're happy, or even I was on a call yesterday with a client, he was like, I want to meet you. Like, do you want to come to like our dinner? And I'm like, I thought like I was stressing you out, and just like different things like that. It's just so fun. When they feel super pleased and happy, and they have like either the time of their life, whether that's their entire weekend, whether that's just a dinner, and they walk in and it's decorated beautifully and you can just tell that they're having the best time. And so it's those little moments for me that make me feel really fulfilled. And I think event planning has so many different options like for that experience.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like client satisfaction in most businesses are really what people thrive on. So it's great to see that exists for you as well. What would you say like the most epic event that you've planned is?
Epic event. Actually, what I'm planning now is really fun. So I have a bachelor party coming in from Canada, and we're doing their entire weekend from start to finish. We have their itinerary on an app that I've put together for them, and there's a lot of craziness going on during that weekend. But during one day, we're going to do a lake day, and they have a pontoon boat that they're doing, and then they have like a wake boat that they're doing, and then we also just got a third boat, and a DJ is going to be on that boat.
Wow. Like
that boat is just for the DJ. So if you guys are on Old Hickory Lake in a couple weeks, it's going to be a party. It's going to be big. It's going to be super fun.
That's awesome. That really is epic levels, I think.
It's going to be fun.
What would you say the strangest request you've had from a client is?
Strangest. I mean, in this industry, strippers are not strange for a bachelorette party, but I think for me, the fact that I'm picking out strippers on a Tuesday afternoon and like literally scrolling through the roster of like, oh, like which one do we think that they would like? And they'll tell me like their interests and their tastes, and I'm like, nothing offends me, so like please tell me. I want the details. It helps make my job a little easier. But again, like I never expected in my life that on a Tuesday afternoon I'd be like scrolling through like a book of strippers to pick out. So
you never know where life's going.
You never know.
You really don't.
you never know. But it definitely isn't boring.
Yeah. I think like I've obviously seen your stories. I've seen some of the craziness, and like the events that you get to plan, they seem so incredible and so awesome. it'll be exciting for you because you're going to be putting together my bachelor party. So like that's really exciting. So I'll get to experience it firsthand.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. But
Yeah.
I mean, your fiance said no strippers, so we'll have to like, you know,
what he
get
says,
a little bit of surprises in there.
what he
but
says goes,
I've got
you
the
know?
connections. Do I need to text someone? Maybe like a surprise performance, nothing like formal, but it'll be fun.
I love it.
It'll be fun.
Okay, so who would you say the most famous person you've worked with?
I'm currently working with Louis Fonsi and his family. For those of you that don't know, I'm sure you do all know the song "Despacito" by Justin Bieber. It's that guy.
It's the guy that says Despacito.
Yeah,
okay, right.
that guy with him. But I'd say he's probably like, I guess, the most famous. I mean, I work with a lot of influencers. I don't know like if they're a level of famous, but that's always fun though, because they're ready to go big.
So is he going to be at the bachelor party then?
It's not a bachelor party. It's actually just a weekend. It's a couples weekend. And then it's for his sister. And so it's him, and there's 6 couples total. And so they've got an Airbnb. You actually know the owner. It's our friend Dick. And so it's his Airbnb. They're going there, and they're doing. We're in the process of planning their whole weekend.
That's great. Okay, so this is a little bit of like a guess of what people would think. What would you say that your customer's favorite part of your business is? Like, what do they love most about you guys?
I think it's the personalized experience. So when I meet people and they're asking what's Velourette, I think they're usually really caught off guard by just how personal the experience is. One of our top competitors in the bachelorette world is an app-based planning service, and like they have my number. They can text me with questions. We'll FaceTime. And again, like it is as much as they want me involved, which I think so many companies are like minimum 3 FaceTimes within like a 3-month period. Whereas I'm pretty open and flexible about it, and we all are at Velourette. And so I think it's just a personalized experience. I'm willing to walk through with them as much as they'll let me. And then another favorite part of like the experience for me is that because I have their entire itinerary, we'll kind of just pop in wherever they're at. So for example, I've got clients next week that are going to be at a Preds game. They rented out a suite. And so I got tickets, and then I'm going to pop in. And so they don't know yet. But I think that's going to be really fun. A couple weeks ago, I had a bachelorette party from the UK actually here, and they rented out the top level of Tootsie's. So we popped in there, said hi, and they were so surprised, and they don't expect to see us. And we have this relationship we've built, but we haven't met face to face. And so that first like hug is kind of nice, and it's a nice little like personalized experience. And so I think that's something that like sets us apart, and it's just fun and personalized.
Something you can't really get from an app.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. What are your guys' goals for the next year?
So we recently have kind of made more of a transition into the concierge department. And so we did for a while really specialize in bachelorettes, and we have so many vendors that we've made really great connections with that are on the bachelorette side, but we're kind of moving in just because we had more requests for social events. Like the weekend I'm planning in a couple months for Louis Fonsi. We've just had more larger requests for weekends. And especially right now, for example, it's wedding season. So we're a little bit past bachelorette season. So we're kind of just flexing into the concierge aspect of it. It's a little bit more luxury, which is where our brand kind of veers off into. And it's been really fun, and there's just a huge open market for it. I mean, think of like bigger cities. Like I've gone to Vegas a lot, for example, and like there are so many different conventions and corporate events that are in Vegas, and they'll have someone at a hotel or a concierge program just plan their dinner. And so with Nashville growing, there's just like an avenue for that. And so we're kind of veering into that direction. So in the next year, that we're really expecting to grow that.
Wow, that's awesome. So we're just really growing that part of your business. I think you mentioned a little bit about this as well, and but I'll give you another opportunity to answer this. What do you do that really sets you guys apart from other event planners? Obviously, the app-based one is your biggest competitor, but even the ones that are personalized, like what do you guys really do differently?
I think because there's so much open communication, we do have an opportunity that some other planners just don't have, because I do know just from working with other planners and just hearing feedback that so many are more you get this amount of time with me, you get this amount of Zoom calls or whatever
Right.
it is. Whereas, I mean, if I've got a couple minutes and I'm in the car, I don't mind chatting with someone about like just their different goals or asking their input. I have a client that has been in Nashville before, and he loves Mother's Ruin right down the street, which
Right.
is another one of our favorites because we can walk.
Right.
And so we were kind of talking about that, and we ended up making some changes because that was just like a go-to place on their itinerary that they wanted to stand out, and we're going to make that happen. And I think it's last minute changes and being really open to just that open line of feedback and communication. And I'm all ears for all the ideas. Nothing's going to offend me if I plan like a list of ideas for you and you only like 2 of the 5. That's not going to bother me because everyone's different, and I think it's a learning experience. And so I do appreciate that feedback from them because that's how I can kind of get to know them better. And I don't think that everyone kind of has that mindset when planning an event.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
This has been great. For the viewers, thank you guys so much for watching. Please tune in for our next event. And if you guys have a need for an event, do not hesitate to reach out to Velourette. Thank you.